We had an opportunity to visit with the Department of Public Safety and with the Texas Rangers and view some of the facts, and then we had the opportunity to go visit the jail, which we did, and then we found out that the family was here, so we wanted to pay our respects to the family.
What did they have to say?
The family was appreciative of how Texas has reached out to them. I think appreciating the Congresswoman coming and Senator Ellis coming, and Senator Colcourse coming, and Representative Bell, and we're just here to pay the respects that you would pay to any family who suffered a loss, as we shared with them, regardless of where the facts go, and no one should jump to any conclusions. Wait for the investigations to be completed, and then see what the facts have to say. But regardless, it's a tragedy anytime a young woman loses her life. And that's always a tragedy, and a family has lost a loved one. Congresswoman?
Let me first of all acknowledge this historic church and Pastor Dabney. It is historic that the governor, and Dan Patrick is the governor, he's the lieutenant governor, but he happens to be the governor today, as the protocol indicates when a governor of the state is out of state. Thank you, Governor, for your presence here today. Thank you to Pastor Madison, who's here, and the mayor is here. I think this is a very large statement. The attorney for the family was overwhelmed, I could say, maybe without exaggeration, of the amount of attention from state and federal government. Let me just say that it was moving to see the family and to let them know that we care. But I also believe it is important to acknowledge that the investigation is still going forward. What I will come away with is the question of why did Sandra have to die? And we will have to answer that question. And the facts start from the stop, just a few minutes away from here. And the one thing that I think should be important, her life should not be in vain. And that as we look to correct what may need to be corrected, it should be in tribute to the way we handle relationships between the acknowledged law enforcement, whether in my instance it's the FBI and DEA or ATF, or whether in the state instance it's a number of state agencies. That is a continuing key as to how those relationships proceed. We made a commitment to the family that her death would not be in vain, and that we'd answer the question, why did Sandra die, and why did she have to die? And I want those answers, and we are grateful for the collaboration between the state agencies, and I will tell you that the Federal Bureau of Investigation is engaged, and that they will not let up, and they are not in a fight with the state agencies. They're in a very cooperative way. We will take this message back to Washington and work with the Department of Justice. But again, we will work in a way that is firm, that is fair, that is just, and that's the only way we're going to get facts, and that will get the answers to the family, but also to this Purview A&M community. Remember, she was headed to work, a graduate. It impacts all these young people, and we want them to know that they are not forgotten, nor is the family forgotten.
And there will be, make no mistake, there will be total transparency at all levels, local, state, and federal, and all the facts will speak for themselves at the end. Senator?
I'm Rodney Ellis from Houston, and I'm very pleased that Congresswoman Jackson Lee gave me a call, I think on yesterday, and said I won't be in Houston, Prairie View area next week, but I'd like to go over and look. And then I called Senator Colcourse and Representative Bell as well and mentioned it to them. And I think it was Lois Colcourse that texted the governor today. He agreed to come here. We had a very interesting day. I started out this morning, I think, with the Congresswoman about 10 a.m., the FBI and the ATF briefing us about a suspicious arson of fire at a black church. It may or may not have been arson. And then we came here. We viewed the tape. That will become public at some point. The biggest takeaway for me from meeting the family today, which was just by accident, we heard that they were here. Frank Jackson said, why don't you come over? So we did. We prayed with them. And when there's a tragedy like this, there really is no way of comforting of people who have lost someone. I did make the comment to them that out of any tragedy, we ought to see what positive things, what lessons can we learn. And I think as we go through this particular tragedy in Waller County, there are going to be a lot of lessons that can be learned. And I think from the briefing we said in the day, I heard my colleagues on both sides of the aisle as very penetrating and probative questions about our criminal justice system and how we can make it better. And I'm hoping that out of this tragedy, there'll be some very positive outcomes that will come out of it. With that, I want to turn to Senator Cole.
Senator, thank you very much.
I want to thank everyone that's gathered here today. I want to send our prayers certainly to Sandra's family and their friends and all that she knew, because we're grieving now the life of a young professional that was starting a new life. And today we spent hours together viewing video, as they have said, talking, asking questions. And I am confident, and I really do mean this, that everyone is engaged on the local level here in Waller County about being transparent, on the state level and on the federal level. And we will learn from this tragedy, and we will be better because of it. And so the prayer that we shared together with the family, with the Lieutenant Governor leading it, very moving. And I'm glad that we can come together, as my colleague said, from different backgrounds, from different parts of the state, to learn from this and to lead and to get better here in Texas. And thank y'all all for being here, and I ask you to pray for the family. They are a lovely family, and they're grieving, to give them their space. And we will work through this, and there will be a thorough investigation and conclusions made. And again, as Senator Ellis says, every time there's a tragedy, we learn something from it. So thank y'all for the time today. Thank you to the governor. Thank you, Senator, Congresswoman, Representative Bell.
You want to say anything?
Just a few comments. I think pretty much everyone has already covered a lot of information. I think that it's important to recognize that we see two issues in the investigation, one being the stop, the other being the jail, and we will continue to work through that. There's a commitment, as has been said, both on the county level, on the state level, and on the federal level. I think the sheriff was very forthright in bringing in the Rangers initially. I think the Rangers were forthright in bringing in the FBI, and Commander Steen is certainly an able-bodied and capable individual to be certain that this is fully followed through. And again, I think the big close, if you will, for this day is pray for this family, pray for this community, and let's learn from those things that we can't change, and let's make Texas a better place.
Mayor, did you want to say something? Yes. Mayor Jackson, might I acknowledge, I'm not sure, Regional Commander, did you want to say, but I just want to, this is Regional Commander Steen that is with us with the Department of Public Safety. Could you just acknowledge with your hand up? So I know they know that they know you. Thank you.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the elected officials that have gathered here in historic Prairie View to support not only this family, but this community. And I think it's healing time. I think we had a wonderful service here today. We want to thank everybody for coming out, the media, and for those that organized this event. Reverend Dwayne Charleston should be acknowledged for his work and working with the family to pull this together. And I think we got a chance to heal our nation. And I'll leave y'all with the words of our motto here in Prairie View, that regardless of the phenomenon that we encounter in this life, it will be a whole lot better if we just do it together. Thank you and have a great day.
May I just say one further thing? There are going to be visuals on the campus. I understand people will be here throughout the week. Let me say that I work in Washington. Some of us will be in Washington. We would ask that those people come in peace and come in reconciliation, and maybe they look at this video and see the array of people who are standing here and saying that you will get answers. I am not frightened to say Black Lives Matter, nor am I frightened to say all lives matter. I say it in the spirit of all of you. I know people are driving here or heading in this direction for a variety of expressions of pain, but also looking for solutions. We will be in Washington, some will be in Austin and places following up on the pain of this family. And again, I respect the family's privacy. We'll continue to respect the family's privacy, and we'll work with the agencies that we have jurisdiction over to make sure that no stone is left unturned to get to the community how they will find peace and relief. So I thank you for conveying to all the visitors that are coming that we hope that they will all come in peace.